saying we are ready to shed our sweat and we will do all that is necessary to safeguard. People lost their blood. We cannot now be here playing with that. If the president will not follow the rule of law, it can only mean either two things. Either the country is going into anarchy or dictatorship. We will not allow any of those two situations. We do not want anarchy. We do not want dictatorship. Nobody is above the law. We must all abide. And the Law Society will not get tired. Shika to account. Everybody must be accountable. Damu ilimwagwa. Leo tutatoa jasho na hatutachoka. All these members are here. They are supporting this clarion call and Kenyans are with us. Everybody must follow the law. The president is a beneficiary of a court order. We are not saying that the judiciary doesn't have challenges, but there is a process. Ukiona kuna makosa, if it's a question of removal of the judiciary, there is a process. And the president, as was held in the BBI case, is not an ordinary member to make such utterances. Either the JSC, suo moto of its own motion, can move to investigate or to inquire into such allegations of misconduct, or a Kenyan can actually move that motion. It was held that the president does not qualify to be either one of those two. So can he let institutions work? Otherwise, even that office that he himself holds will actually be in trouble, because then it will mean that nobody will be respecting any institution. His office is also an institution. He wants us to obey his office. Let him equally obey all offices. His is a constitutional office. The judiciary is also formed or established pursuant to the Constitution. Thank you very much.
Protest was only intended to deliver one message: that we demand nothing less of each and every one of us than the respect of the Constitution. We are saying that the president is a subject of the Constitution. Decisions by the courts will not be made on the basis of what the president wants, but on the basis of what the law is and what the courts interpret the law to be. This is important to all of us because we want to be sure that if I go to court tomorrow and there is a decision that is made by the court, that decision is going to be binding on all of them. So we are aware that Parliament intends to proceed with public participation on the housing bill, notwithstanding the fact that the court has stopped that process. We are watching, and we want to say that Parliament should not lead this country following the lead of the executive on the path of constitutional anarchy. Let us respect the Constitution. Let them go to court and attempt to discharge those orders before they can proceed with public participation. Otherwise, the exercise is an illegality, and we will not allow Parliament or any other institution to spend public resources on a clearly illegal and void exercise. And we are going to take action to ensure that those who violate that order, action is taken, and that they take personal responsibility for misusing our hard-earned taxes in those illegal exercises. So we want to thank all the lawyers and the entire legal fraternity for coming out united as we have come to say that even if it will require us to engage in this process once again, we will do so. Even if it will require us to go to court to seek enforcement of certain decisions, we will do so. We will do anything under the law to ensure that we do not slide back to the days when this country was ruled by the rule of man and violation of human rights and the principles of dignity. Thank you.
People power! Power! People power! Power! We are not begging him to obey court orders. He must.
Maybe the vice chair, vice president, just tell us, you issued a judgment called people to come out. Is this exercise successful? Not just in Nairobi, but still anywhere else?
So the Law Society of Kenya called out this rally, and we also asked all the 8 branches to turn out. This is one of the main branches, Nairobi branch, which we have stand out with the National Council. And we are happy to say that this is a good turnout. Our members have come to support this endeavor, and we will continue, as the President has said, we will not relent. We will continue to fight for the rule of law, and we will take action. And we are putting Parliament on notice that those who continue to disregard the rule of law, particularly our members that spearhead such an exercise, we as a Law Society will sit down and see what course of action we will take against them. But we will not allow the abuse of the rule of law. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Statement of the Law Society of Kenya, signed by the President of the Law Society of Kenya. We made those significant stops because it is the executive and Parliament that continue to make attacks against the judiciary. There is an attempt to water down the role and the independence of the judiciary. So we are saying, as the Law Society of Kenya, we shall not allow that. We will stand for the rule of law, and as members of the bar, we will continue in this endeavor and will take all necessary action to ensure we uphold the rule of law.
Have a mandate to inform the President, the Executive, Parliament and the Judiciary that they have to perform their mandate within the tenets of the Constitution. The recent altercation between the legislature, the judiciary and the executive threaten to violate the rule of law. We shall not stand as the Law Society of Kenya to watch this country slide back to anarchy. So we are here to tell Kenyans that we stand together with them. We shall jealously safeguard the independence of the judiciary, while at it also hold any other arm of government accountable. So we assure Kenyans that we will ensure that everyone performs their duty within the law and that court orders must be obeyed. The reason we are also here as consumers of justice, we are the biggest stakeholders in the administration of justice. If law orders and lawful orders are not obeyed, then we have nowhere to practice law, then also there is nobody to protect Kenyans. The judiciary, as I said the other day, is the last resort, it's the last line of defense. Everyone runs to the judiciary, and we cannot close our eyes or bury our heads in the sand as the independence of the judiciary is threatened. So we shall stand firm, we shall stand united against any threats to water down the independence of the judiciary by any person or any arm of government. Every person is protected by the law. Therefore, everyone is under the law, nobody is above the law. So we shall call upon any person and every person to obey court orders and to obey the law.
If anything,